Brooklyn Nets versus New York Knicks. Can the Nets hold on? Brooklyn Nets come into this game struggling, having lost 8 of their last 9 games. Their performance at home has been equally disappointing, with 9 losses in their last 10 games at Barclays Center. To make things more uncertain, Cam Thomas is listed as questionable, which could further impact their offense. On the other hand, the New York Knicks are dealing with injuries to Mitchell Robinson and Kevin McCullough Jr., but their recent form against the Nets speaks volumes. The Knicks have won 6 of their last 7 head-to-head matchups and are looking strong heading into this game. Despite the Nets covering the spread in 3 of their last 4 games, the Knicks have been more consistent, making them the safer pick for tonight. My pick, I'm taking the New York Knicks to cover the alternate spread of -6. Their dominance in recent meetings and the Nets' poor form at home make this a solid choice. Miami Heat versus Portland Trail Blazers, a battle of momentum and depth. The Portland Trail Blazers come into this game limping, both figuratively and literally, with a packed injury list that includes Chris Murray, Robert Williams, and Anfernee Simons as questionable, along with Matisse Thybulle and Donovan Clingan officially ruled out. Their roster depth is being tested. This is reflected in their recent performance. Portland has dropped 5 of their last 6 games and failed to cover the spread in 4 of their last 5 matchups. Their struggles on both ends of the court make tonight a tough hill to climb. Meanwhile, the Miami Heat are looking to bounce back after a shaky stretch. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games, including 3 of their last 4 at home. But don't be fooled. This team knows how to turn things around. Their offense has been firing lately, hitting the over in 3 of their last 4 games, consistently clearing totals above 219.5 points. When it comes to head-to-head matchups, it's not even close. The Heat have dominated this rivalry, winning 8 of their last 9 games against the Blazers and covering the spread in those same 8 games. History is firmly on their side, and the Trail Blazers' lack of depth only strengthens their position. Tonight, the Heat have every reason to step up. With Jimmy Butler leading the charge and their home crowd behind them, this is their game to lose. My pick, I'm confidently taking the Miami Heat with an alternate spread of -7. Their historical dominance combined with Portland's injury woes and poor recent form makes this a no-brainer pick. It's time to cash in on Miami's edge tonight. Toronto Raptors versus Orlando Magic. Defense could steal the show. This matchup between the Toronto Raptors and Orlando Magic promises a fascinating clash of styles, with injuries playing a significant role in shaping the outcome. Let's dive into the details. Injuries and availability. The Orlando Magic are set to regain Jet Howard and Gary Harris, which could bolster their depth. However, key players such as Goga Bitadze, Jalen Suggs, and Franz Wagner are out, limiting their offensive firepower. The Toronto Raptors are without Ochai Agbaji and Emmanuel Quickley, while Chris Boucher remains questionable, slightly impacting their rotation. Team form and betting trends. The Magic are in a slump, losing 5 of their last 6 games and struggling against the spread, failing to cover in 4 of their last 6 matchups. Despite this, their recent head-to-head dominance over Toronto stands out, having won 6 of the last 7 meetings. The Raptors, while inconsistent, have managed to stay competitive in most games and are expected to keep this matchup close. Key matchup insights: defense over offense. Recent trends suggest lower scoring games, with 3 of the last 4 matchups staying under 214.5 points. Magic's ATS dominance. The Magic have covered the spread in 6 of the last 7 games against Toronto, a trend worth noting despite their current form. My pick, and given the defensive trends and injury concerns on both sides, I'm taking the under on an alternate total of 219.5 points. This allows for a slightly safer margin while banking on a slower-paced, defense-oriented game. Denver Nuggets versus Philadelphia 76ers, a matchup full of uncertainty. This highly anticipated matchup between the Denver Nuggets and the Philadelphia 76ers comes with plenty of storylines, mostly revolving around injuries and recent form. Injuries and availability. The Denver Nuggets are dealing with a few question marks, while Latko Chanchar and Daron Holmes II are confirmed out. Both Peyton Watson and Jamal Murray are listed as probable, which should give Denver the edge in terms of roster depth. On the other side, the Philadelphia 76ers face a nightmare of absences. Key players like Joel Embiid, Kyle Lowry, and Caleb Martin are out, while others such as Guerschon Yabusele, Andre Drummond, and Paul George are questionable, leaving their rotation stretched thin. Team form and betting trends. The Denver Nuggets are on a roll, covering the spread in 6 of their last 7 games and winning outright in those same 6 of 7 matchups. With their offense clicking and a strong home court advantage, they'll be looking to dominate. In contrast, the 76ers have been struggling mightily, losing 7 of their last 8 games and failing to cover the spread in 7 of those same 8 matchups. Yeah, their road performance has been particularly poor, dropping 5 of their last 6 games away from home in head-to-head matchups. Interestingly, the 76ers have historically covered the spread in 6 of their last 7 meetings with the Nuggets. However, with their current depleted roster, maintaining that trend seems like a tall order. My pick, despite Philadelphia's historical spread performance, the overwhelming injuries, and Denver's recent dominance make the Nuggets minus 13.5 the logical play. However, for a safer approach in case of late-game runs, you can look at the 76ers with an alternate spread of plus 19.5 to account for variability. Los Angeles Lakers versus Washington Wizards. Can the Lakers hold steady? The Los Angeles Lakers face the struggling Washington Wizards in a matchup that could be high-scoring based on recent trends. Both teams bring intriguing storylines to the table, and the betting landscape looks enticing. Injuries. The Lakers are dealing with a few injury concerns. Anthony Davis is listed as questionable, while LeBron James is probable, ensuring the Lakers retain their star power. However, Jalen Hood-Schifino and Jared Vanderbilt remain sidelined, impacting their depth. For the Wizards, they face no major updates but continue to grapple with their overall poor form. Team form and betting trends. The Lakers have been solid at home, winning 4 of their last 5 games in Los Angeles. However, they've struggled against the spread, failing to cover in 4 of their last 5 games. They've also been part of high-scoring affairs recently, with 3 of their last 4 games surpassing 230.5 total points. The Wizards, on the other hand, are in a freefall. They've lost 12 of their last 13 games and have been abysmal on the road, losing 20 of their last 21 games away from Washington. Despite their poor form, they've shown a tendency for high-scoring games, going over the total in 4 of their last 5 matchups. Head-to-head matchups. The Lakers have dominated this rivalry, winning 5 of their last 6 meetings against the Wizards and covering in those same games. Total points have also been a recurring theme, with 5 of their last 6 meetings going over 230.5 points. My pick, while the Lakers have been inconsistent and the Wizards have struggled, the trend of high-scoring games is hard to ignore. My pick is the over on total points, as both teams have consistently exceeded the 230.5 mark in recent outings and matchups. In the parlay of the day, we've carefully analyzed today's matchups to bring you a well-structured parlay with great value. One Knicks covering an alternate spread of -6. The Knicks have been consistent against the Nets, and with their rivals struggling, they should easily handle this spread. 2. The under on an alternate total of 219.5 points in the Orlando Magic versus Toronto Raptors game, with both teams facing significant injuries and recent trends favoring lower-scoring games. This pick leans on solid defensive play. 3 Philadelphia 76ers with an alternate spread of plus 19.5. The 76ers may be outmatched by the Nuggets, but with such a wide cushion, they're more than capable of staying within range. Combined odds, plus 215. Let's cash in on this carefully crafted parlay. What's your favorite pick of the day? Let us know in the comments.